Hi, I'm going to show you a trick that lets you diagnose and repair specific parts of your program much more easily. Let's take a look at the problem we have here. We're running the program and we have to sit through the drawing of the board, and then we start playing with our alternating marker layout, and we can see that, okay, our O is working fine, but our X, the drawing of the X is not working okay. So we want to focus on diagnosing and repairing just the drawing of the X. But the problem is that every time we go to the program, the code, and we make changes to the draw X routine, which is here, the X shape routine, well, every time we do that, and when we want to rerun the program to test our fix, we have to sit once again through the drawing of the game board, which takes 3 or 4 seconds there. And wouldn't it be nice if every time we ran the program, all it would do would be draw the X? It would be a very focused uh, environment where we could get the X-shaped program, that function, back up and running, and then we could restore the rest of the program. So let's talk about how you can do that. The way to make a program that makes it easy for you to test and repair just specific sections is to make sure that everything in your program is inside a function. For example, this is where you are drawing the game board. We really don't want to draw the game board every time, because when we're doing the repair, we would like to suppress that. So if this were inside a function called draw game board, right, and all of this was inside that function, then that would be great, because when we run this program, it would actually already not be drawing the game board, because nowhere in our program are we actually calling this function. So we've already gotten rid of the game board drawing. But Tina's just sitting there doing nothing, because now that we're not drawing the game board, we immediately run through the whole program. It sets up the keyboard handlers, and that's it. It listens for the next keystroke. And if we were to go in here and say K, for example, one of the keystrokes, it will go and draw the X. And we already have a program where we can very quickly just draw the X by hitting any key, like the K key or the O key or something like that. Well, wouldn't it be nice if this program just immediately drew the X right when you hit run? Right now, it just does nothing. It just puts Tina there, and we have to go and hit the O key or the K key to draw the X. Well, we can easily make it draw the X right out of the gate by coming over here and calling the X function. I think it was called X shape, right? And so that will, so when we run this program, it'll immediately draw the X wherever Tina happens to be. And there we are. Every time we run this program, it immediately draws the X. And now we have a situation where we can go and repair our X-shape function and very easily test our fix. We make changes to the X-shape function, and then all we have to do is hit run. So a nice little trick is making sure that every part of your program is inside a function. And then you can choose whether to call that function or not. Once we fix our X-shape function and we've got it working well, we will not want to have this line here. We will instead want this to be the draw game board. And then every time we run our program, it'll actually draw the game board and we'll be back in our full game. So nice little trick. Put any part of your program that does something significant, put it inside a function so you can easily suppress or unsuppress, show or hide that particular function's effect. Nice little trick.